Now today let us do the next experiment as per the procedure, that is the assay of furosamide. Okay, so let us do the practical of assay of furosamide. Okay, now into the assay of furosamide, into this procedure, so it is divided into two main parts. One, it is first part, that is the standardization of sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, and the second part, that is the assay of furosamide. Okay, so let us do the first part, that is the standardization of 0.1 normal NaOH solution. So first of all, for this standardization of NaOH solution and this assay of furosamide, we required some chemicals. Okay, so we required oxalic acid. Okay, we required sodium hydroxide. Okay, sodium hydroxide. After that, we required phenolphthalein indicator. Okay, also we required the reagents into the concentration of 0.1 normal NaOH solution. Okay, I have prepared here 0.1 normal NaOH solution. Another reagent or solution, it is the 0.1 normal oxalic acid. I have prepared this 0.1 normal oxalic acids. Okay, after that we require some apparatus, that is measuring cylinder, dropper, conical flask, burette stand. After that, this is burette. Okay, so all these apparatus and chemicals are required for the assay of furosamide. Okay, so let us see this first part of procedure, that is standardization of 0.1 normal NaOH solution. So for the standardization of 0.1 normal NaOH, first of all you have to take 0.1 normal oxalic acid, that is 10 ml. You have to take 10 ml of 0.1 normal oxalic acid and you have to add into conical flask. Then you have to add few drops of phenolphthalein indicator and you have to titrate with 0.1 normal NaOH solution. Now 0.1 normal NaOH solution you have to take into the burette. Okay, and you have to titrate this oxalic acid by using phenolphthalein as an indicator. So let us do this practical now. Now into the conical flask I have taken 10 ml of 0.1 normal oxalic acid. Okay, and in burette I have filled 0.1 normal NaOH solution. 0.1 normal NaOH solution up to the 0 marks. Okay, so let us titrate this oxalic acid with NaOH solution. Okay, also I have added the phenolphthalein indicator into this conical flask. So let us titrate until you get the faint pink color. Okay, so titrate it slowly. Until you get the faint pink color. Slowly you have to add drop by drop this particular NaOH solution until you get the faint pink color. Like this. Now you can see we are very close to our end point. Okay, that is the faint pink color. Now you get the faint pink color. Okay, so this is the end point, you get the faint pink color, and this is the end point. Okay, so after titration with oxalic acid and NaOH, we get this is faint pink color and this is the end point. Okay, now let us see the particular readings. Okay, now you can see now readings of this NaOH and oxalic acid titration, it is found to be, okay, that is 9 point, it is approximately 8. Okay, so it is 9.8, approximately 9.8. Okay, so this is our first reading of titrations of oxalic acid and NaOH, that is the standardization of NaOH solution. Okay, so let us take another second and third number reading, then we will calculate the mean of this particular standardization of NaOH. Okay, after taking another second and third number reading of standardization of 0.1 normal NaOH solution with oxalic acid against this NaOH solution, we get the two readings, second and third number. Okay, so I have put up into the observation table. So into the observation table, first is serial number 1, 2, 3, another it is the initial burette reading, it is 00 ml. After that final burette reading, it is found to be 9.8 ml first reading, second reading it is 9.6 ml, and third it is found to be 9.4 ml. Okay, so the mean I have calculated, that is the 9.6 ml. Okay, so the mean it is 9.6 ml. Now this mean 9.6 ml, we will put up this mean into the calculation to find out the normality of NaOH. Means for the calculation of NaOH solution standardization, we will take this 9.6 mean into the formula. Okay, so after the after this standardization of 0.1 normal NaOH solution, so let us do the second step of the procedure, that is assay of furosamide. So let us do the next step, that is the assay of furosamide. Now the next step, that is the assay of furosamide. Okay, so for the furosamide assay, we require some chemicals. First of all, we require 0.1 normal NaOH solution. I have prepared here 0.1 normal NaOH solution for 100 ml. After that, we require here that is dimethyl formoamide. Okay, we require dimethyl formoamide. Okay, this reagent we required. Okay, dimethyl formoamide, this is the solvent. After that, we require indicator, that is bromophenol blue indicator. We required bromophenol blue indicator as well as the formoamide solvent. Okay, sodium hydroxide also we required. Okay, so these are some chemicals we required. Also we require the furosamide powder form. Okay, furosamide in powder form, that is the 2 gram. It is taken from the tablets by the equivalent weight. Okay, so this is about the chemicals we required for the assay of furosamide. After that, we require the apparatus, that is we require the measuring cylinder. Okay, we required conical flask. We also required burette. Okay, also we required the conical flask. After that, burette stand. Okay, these are the apparatus we required. Now let us calculate the equivalent weight, how the 2 grams furosamide we have taken by its equivalent weight. So first of all, we have the equivalent weight. So equivalent weight of furosamide tablet we have to calculate. So furosamide weight, it is required as per procedure 0.5 gram, means 500 mg. Okay, and if you take the tablets of the furosamide, so one tablet weight, that is the weight of the tablet, it is 160 mg. Okay, and the actual weight or actual furosamide which is present in tablet as per the label claim, that is 40 mg. Okay, so if 160 mg tablet contains 40 mg of furosamide, so x mg of tablet, how much it requires, that is the 500 mg of furosamide. So after the cross multiplication, we get x mg is equal to 160 into 500 divided by 40, so is equal to 2000 mg. Okay, so we require 2000 mg of these tablets of furosamide after the convert into the powder form. So in that we require 2000 milligram. Okay, so if you divide by 2000 milligram, so by 1000, so it is become 2 grams. Okay, if you convert into this mg into gram, so it is 2 gram. Okay, so that's why I have taken 2 gram of this furosamide. Okay, 2 gram of furosamide I have taken, this powder of this tablet. Okay, now let us see the procedures for the assay of furosamide. Now into the assay of furosamide, first of all, you have to take accurately 0.5 gram of this furosamide. Okay, and you have to dissolve in 40 ml of dimethyl formoamide. Then you have to dissolve in dimethyl formoamide. Okay, so after that you have to titrate with 0.1 normal NaOH. After that, you have to titrate with 0.1 normal NaOH. Okay, by using the indicator that is bromophenol blue indicator. You have to take bromophenol blue indicator until you get the end point. Okay, until you get the end point. Okay, so after the end point, that will be the first reading. Also, you have to take the consecutive 3 readings, okay, of this assay of furosemide. Also, this is about the with sample, that is the furosemide. Also, you have to take the readings of blank, that is without sample, that is omitting the furosemide. Okay, without furosemide taking, you have to perform the titrations, okay, with NaOH standardization with that is the assay with NaOH solution until you get the end point. Okay, so let us do this experiment, that is the assay of furosemide. So let us do the first step. First step, it is you have to transfer this 2 gram of furosemide or 0.5 mg of furosemide into the this conical flask. Okay, first of all, slowly you have to add this furosemide powder. Okay, so after the additions of this powder, then you have to take 40 ml. Okay, so you have to measure 40 ml of this particular dimethyl formamide into this conical flask. Okay, you have to add 40 ml of formamide into this furosemide conical flask. Okay, so let us do this. Okay, now I have taken that is 40 ml of this dimethyl formamide, okay, into the measuring cylinder. Now you have to transfer this dimethyl formamide into this conical flask which contains the furosemide. Okay, slowly you have to add, and you have to then shake it after every addition. Like this, you have to add all the formamide solution. Okay, then you have to shake it properly. Okay, after that, you have to take few drops of the that is the bromophenol blue solution indicator, and then you have to titrate with 0.1 normal NaOH solution. Okay, so I have taken 40 ml of dimethyl formamide solution into this conical flask. Also, I have added 0.5 gram of this furosemide powder, and I have mixed this. After, I have also added 2 to 3 drops of bromophenol blue solution as indicator into this solution. Then I have shake it, so the white color solution, it becomes now greenish color solution. Okay, also I have added I have taken the particular 0.1 normal NaOH solution into this burette. Okay, up to the marks. So titrate this solution with 0.1 normal NaOH solution. Okay, so let us titrate this solution now. Okay, let us do this titration of this furosemide with NaOH solution. Okay, so let us see the color change. So let us do this titration with furosemide with 0.1 normal NaOH solution using thymol bromophenol blue indicator. So let us do this remaining titration. Now you can see the end point we have. The end point, it is the faint blue color now. This is the faint blue color you can see. Okay. So this is our end point, that is the faint blue color. Okay. So faint green color converted into faint blue color. So this is our end point. Okay. So after that, this first reading, let us take another 2 readings. Okay. So after 2 readings, then we will take another particular reading for the blank. In blank, we will do the titration without the sample furosemide. So let us do this particular remaining 2 readings as well as the blank titration reading. Okay. Okay, let us do the titration for the blank reading. So we have into the conical flask, that is the dimethyl formamide 40 ml. Okay, and few drops of the particular bromophenol blue indicators. Okay, I have also filled into the burette 0.1 normal 0.1 normal NaO solution. Okay, so I have started here the titration. So at the initial stage it is the faint blue color. Okay, so after titration let us see the color change. Now after taking the readings of AC of this furosemide, okay, or after the titrations of this assay of furosemide, we have the three readings I have taken. First reading, that is, it is found to be 18.6 ml. Second, it is 18.4 ml, and the last reading it is found to be 18.8 ml. Okay, so also I have taken the mean. It is found to be 18.6 ml. Okay, so this is the mean of AC of furosemide after the titration. It is found to be 18.6 ml. Okay, so after that I have also performed the blank titration, that is omitting the sample furosemide, that is without the furosemide sample. So it is found to be 33.2 ml. So it is found to be 33.2 ml. Okay, so it is found to be 33.2 ml. Okay, so after the performance of this practical, that is the assay of furosemide, now after that we have calculation. So let us do the next part, that is the calculations of assay of furosemide. Okay, for the standardizations of NaOH solution as well as assay of furosemide. For that we have the calculation. So let us do the calculation now.